to my dance money, I can say, why nigga?
Man from the Leo, GK, but really boiled down to key 10 my ratio. Puffing up and up in my grace like inspirations. I got assurance, so I know that I pray. I check the life lane, but how the four lanes and full blood, suffering a day.
Welcome back to Camera Farmer. This week, as you see, I've got the wrong light in because I forgot my other light, so I'm using just the standard light bulb. Chaos before it even begin. It's the usual. You'll get used to it. You know what it's like. I'm a bit delayed in this one because I've been dealing with that injury that I have, so that's continuing, but I got out and we're getting something done. But this week, it's using the Camp Snap, and I'm wanting to do blurred. I keep saying blurred. I mean shaky pictures, and they're kind of blurred. But it kind of covers blurred pictures, shaky pictures, badly shot, because sometimes, as you know, you've taken a picture and it might be blurred, it might be shaky, and it brings something to the image. So again, this is about art rather than photography. It's about getting it wrong and what right comes out of that and what attractive comes out of that. So I'm going to head up to a graveyard that I always go and shoot at because it's really dynamic. There's lots of colour, even though I'm shooting black and white, there's lots of things to shoot and it's always very interesting. And it's flat ground, so I won't fall, hopefully. But anyway, I'm going to do, instead of like so much blurred, which is, you can do with a Camp Snap, but it's just shaky. So as I take the picture, I just keep shaking it. And then every now and then a picture comes out where you go, that's really nice to look at. It's not about doing things properly. It's about getting it wrong and the surprise of when you get things wrong. I do it with all the cameras I've got. I shake them all, and I'll be honest, I think I haven't found a camera yet that looks bad. And I've been doing it. When I first got the Camp Snap, I was doing it with it, and I was surprised at how effective it was, especially with a little basic camera. But it's really effective, and occasionally, because it is trial and error, the majority of the shaky pictures you'll do will look terrible, but every now and then the shapes and the tones will just balance up, and it just looks interesting. Because I've said it a million times, but this channel, it's about art, just using these tools to do art. And if you're happy with it and it looks good to you, that's good enough. If you're enjoying doing it, that's good enough. It's the same old thing I say all the time, but it's almost like a mantra now, where I want to keep sort of enforcing that. It's about having fun. It's about experimenting, trying different things, and just the camera is just a tool. And don't get me wrong, I will set up shots, I will put time in and figure it out, and what am I planning, and think of the right weather, or all that. I'm guilty of all that as well. But what is really fun is just doing something quickly, shaking the camera, and this image comes out that can never be repeated. It's just a one-off. And there's something special around that. And that's where I really enjoy them. So we're going to go out. The weather is beautiful. It's a lovely day. And we'll go for a walk in this graveyard that I always go to. It makes great shots. And we'll see if we can do something or get something out of these shots. And it also shows off what the Camp Snap is capable of in error. If you know what I mean by that. When it does things wrong, it still looks really nice. It still looks really attractive. So, yeah, I've not got a lot to say about that. It's making bad shots. So let's just get going. Okay, so I'm now up at Balgay Hill. And this graveyard here is like my favourite in Dundee. There's lots of nice ones, but there's lots of trees here. I'm actually going to go around the other way and work my way up the back here. And this one, God, I think all my family from the past, yeah, I'm sure they're all buried up here somewhere. I have no idea where, but I've heard this. But it's great for pictures. So I'm going to try all these blurred pictures here, and it's just shaking it. To see if this actually works. I think it should. It's a beautiful day. Lovely weather. This is a really nice place up here for wildlife as well. And like I was saying, blurred pictures, it doesn't need to mean anything. It doesn't need to say anything as a photographer. It's just the shapes are nice. It's something good to look at. Some of the favourite pictures I've taken have been when I've practically dropped the camera and it's like it's come out just really attractive. It's always nice and calm up here. It's a nice place to walk. There's this gravestone just up here that I want to get pictures of. It's a bit dramatic with an angel on it, but I'll see if I can get it blurred, but it looks kind of cool. Every time I'm up here I take pictures of this one because if you look at the background it's all really contrasty colours and okay. And now the weather's good. The last time I was up here, it was icy cold. And the steps up there, which I won't be going today, but they were covered in ice. And I was practically crawling up them. And then I had to worry about getting down. These sort of blurred pictures are not for everyone, but I have found the camp snap, it kind of works well when you blur it. And sometimes it's just the slightest blur, but it just gives this atmosphere, which I love. You just never know what you're going to get. I mean, you don't know what you're going to get with a camp snap anyway, but when it's blurred, there's just this extra level of surprise. And I really, really enjoy it. But the reason I like doing blurred pictures with the gravestones, you've got these solid shapes, and when you blur them, they can continue through the image. And it sometimes isn't as confusing, if you know what I mean. So I can sometimes deliver a nice shot. Because I've got a few of them that when I first got the camp snap, I came up here, because I always come here to take pictures. And I just kept them because I was so pleased, and they're all blurred and messy, and it's like, but it's the usual thing. This is more about art than photography, so if something's pleasing to the eye, it doesn't have to have meaning, it doesn't have to have purpose, it doesn't have to have great skill behind it. Do you like looking at it? And I've talked to a lot of people before that say art must be elevated above that, but it doesn't need to be. It absolutely doesn't need to be. If, you know, then you've got to be very careful that you don't fall into the world of art snobbery, which I've been guilty of. I've been guilty of that. And you say, oh, that's just populist art. Well, it's populist because it's popular. It doesn't make it bad. You know, there's a lot of bad art, there's a lot of bad music. But even within the populous area, there's a lot of great art, there's a lot of great music, there's a lot of great, you know, it's, look at the view today. This is looking across the Tay to Fife. And just over here, you can see in the background, there's, I don't know if it could show up on this camera because it's very wide angle, but there's the Lomans in the background, hills there. When you're on there, you're just looking down at Edinburgh on the other side, so they're quite a distance away. I used to go up them. The first time I went up the Lomans, in first year, I think it was, so you're 11, 12, you would have a weekend away to a hostel with your class, and you'd go on these adventure trails and everything. Now, this was in the 80s, this was before adventure trails had any safety. So I remember it was a rope with a bit of wood on it, and they pushed you out over 100-foot drop, and that was really exciting, but you wouldn't do that now. And we went up the Lomans there, and the wind was so great, we had to crawl across the top. And I remember one girl, Gillian, little girl, she's wearing this big red cagoule, and I just saw her flying past me like a kite. And everyone had to go run and get her. Very funny. Yeah, you wouldn't get that now. So I'm just taking lots, it's just random, who knows what comes out of it. It's actually a great day for taking normal pictures, but we're here to do blurs. Oh, they're having a good old chat. I'm going to try some twisty ones. Again, it's just random. Now if we look down here, this is a great place to take pictures because you get the view of the Carsa Gowrie, and it's this huge bay it comes in. When I was a kid, I used to go shooting there with my dad, wildfowl, and you see, it's probably really hard to see again on this camera, but at the front it's like a sand colour, that's reeds. And you'd walk through them and get onto the river at night to wait for the geese to come in. And that was a great place to go. But now it's, birds are protected there, thankfully. And it's a beautiful long area of all these reeds. And I know someone who just moved there recently, just down, and she takes her dog walking along there. And it's just wonderful. Just such a nice place, but it's a great view if you can get this view. So what I'll do is I'll head down and back along as I'm at the limit of my leg. I think I'm actually walking too fast, I really need to slow down. I usually go up there as you see all the colours and everything. For colour photography it's wonderful in here. Because the place is actually quite well maintained, you'll get a lot of dynamic changes in the colour, so everything's, you get a real sense of 3D if you're shooting here, which is really nice. This is going to exhaust me. Right, so there's a beautiful view, and that's off towards Perth that way. I used to cycle. Perth's about 21 miles away, and I'd cycle there every day to college. Youth does crazy things to the mind. But anyway, right, let's get this going. Let's get some more pictures. And I hope you try and do blurred pictures and do them in colour, do them, just experiment, do weird things. That's what I love about taking pictures, is that you get a lot of things saying, here's the rule of thirds, here's the rule. As soon as I hear that, I turn into a teenager and go, you can't tell me what to do. So just mess things up. You don't know what you're going to, and a big part of it is not knowing. It's discovery, you know? And I like that. Don't get me wrong, I'll plan shots and think about them, and I'll get the tripod set up and I'll work on it, and I'll just get everything right for a shot that's in my head. I go to that extreme as well, but there's something so freeing about just experimenting with a camera to see what it can do. Just having fun. I mean, I'm up here not even thinking about it. I'm basically watching where my feet are going because I don't want to fall again. And yeah, it's all good. Well, I'm going to take a normal one here. That's a nice shot. Okay, that's cheating. That's cheating. I'm taking normal shots. But like that, this is one of the reasons that I get out here. It's great to get fresh air. It's great to use this camera. Now, I think as I walk back, a little bit of discussion about the future of these cameras. I don't know what's going on with them. I know there's been delays in production because of the tariffs. I don't know if they're going to be able to produce the cameras, Camp Snap, because the price will just go up so high, they're pointless, no one can make any profit. And you're wanting this little company to continue to make profit and grow. There's the promise of their Super 8 style camera, their pro version of this, which all the filters are built in and you can change them with a switch. Really cool things. Necessary? I don't think so, but it's a cool thing to have, and I'll probably be an idiot and buy one when they're available at a good price. But I think there may be a delay in these cameras. So if you're thinking of buying one, their stock is running out. This is the time to do it, because I don't know when they're going to be going again. I think these tariffs can actually hobble the company completely. It might not, I don't know. But at the moment, I think they're like any other company in the world. They're just trying to figure out a way forward. And they don't know what's coming next. So everything's a real problem for them. And I do feel for them, because it's a family company and they've created something that people want. They've done really well. I mean, you don't think you can reinvent the wheel, but they managed to do it somehow. And now they're going to be annihilated with these tariffs. And I hope it doesn't happen like that, but I think there's going to be big changes. But the advice is from me now, if you see them, buy them now. Just, if you can get it, get one. You don't need two, you don't need three, just get one. Go out, take pictures, but I think I mean, at least for a while it might be limited, or possibly impossible to even buy them. So now the time's to do it. I hope it works out for that little company. I don't think it's even a company, it's just a little business, isn't it? Just a little family business. So we'll see what happens. But I think there's definitely a possibility of a lot of issues in the future. But anyway, these are blurred pictures. We'll see how they turned out. It's very sunny, they might be sharper than I think. This is all part of the experiment, isn't it? So, until next time.